Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing fine. So welcome to Vet It's You YouTube channel. In this video, we will continue our discussion from the veterinary physiology portion, that is renal system. So let's get started. In the last video, we have discussed till the different components of the functional unit of the kidney, that is nephron. So now we will discuss about the different types of the nephron found in the animal body. So on the basis of location of glomeruli and the depth of penetration of the loop of Henle into the medulla forms the basis of classification of nephrons. So simply where the glomerulus is located and what is the depth of penetration of the Henle's loop in the medulla forms the basis of classification. So first type of the nephron under these conditions is the cortical nephron. So under this type of the nephron, the glomeruli located in the outer cortex region and have a short loops of the Henle that penetrate only a short distance into the medulla, and these nephrons are known as cortical nephrons. So it is quite clear that the glomeruli is located in the outer region that is known as cortex, and the loop of Henle's penetration is only up to the short distance into the medulla, and this forms the cortical nephron. Now talking about the another type of the nephron, that is juxtamedullary nephron. In this, the glomeruli will lie deep into the renal cortex near the medulla and have long loops of the Henle that dig deeply into the medulla and forms the juxtamedullary nephrons. So simply you can relate the juxtamedullary nephron as opposite of the cortical nephron. Here the glomeruli is located deep into the renal cortex. You can say it is just near to the medulla and have long loops of the Henle that penetrate deep into the medulla and forms the juxtamedullary nephrons. So the penetration of the loop of Henle into the medulla and the relative number of the juxtamedullary nephrons forms the basis of adaptations of different species to some dry conditions. So for example, in the animals of the desert conditions like kangaroo and the camels, they have extremely long loops of the Henle that will dig deep into the medulla and help them to survive in the low supply of the water. Along with this, the high number of the juxtamedullary nephrons also helps the desert animal to survive in the dry conditions. In the nutshell, you can say that the cortical nephrons will have the loop of Henle which will not dig deep into the medulla, but in the case of the juxtamedullary nephrons, it will dig deep into the inner medulla. Along with this, you can relate the different type of nephrons as in this way. As in the case of the cortical nephrons, they are found in those animals where they have a good supply of the water for the survival. But talking about the juxtamedullary nephrons, they are found in desert animals where the supply of water is relatively short. I hope that these terms, the renal cortex, medulla, loop of Henle's, are quite clear because we have discussed this in our previous video of the renal system. Now we will discuss about the different functions of the kidney. So first of all, it will help in the regulation of the body fluid osmolarity and the electrolyte concentration. The next function is for the excretion of the metabolic waste product and the foreign chemicals in the body. It also helps in the regulation of the arterial pressures, regulation of water and electrolyte balances, the regulation of the acid-base balance in the body, secretion, metabolism and excretion of different hormones. Along with this, it helps in the formation of the glucose by the process named gluconeogenesis. So these are just the peripheral information about the functions of the kidney, and we will discuss each of the function in a very detailed way in the upcoming videos, so don't worry. Moving on, we will discuss about the blood supply of the kidney, or you can say the renal blood supply. So first of all, the renal artery enters the kidney through the indented depression on the medial side, that is ileum, and then branches progressively to form the interlobar arteries, arcuate arteries, interlobular arteries, and afferent arterioles. Simply, the renal artery is an artery that carries blood from the heart to the kidney and branches directly from the aorta and extend on each side of the kidney. So it will enter to the kidney via ileum, a depression present on the medial side, and will divide into its progressive branches of the interlobar arteries, arcuate artery, interlobular arteries, afferent arterioles, just to assist the function. Now, these progressive branches of the renal artery will lead to the glomerular capillaries present in the glomerulus, where the large amount of the fluid solutes present will be filtered to begin with the urine formation. As you already know that a tuft of the glomerular and the capillaries called as the glomerulus will assist the function of filtration for the large amount of the fluid and solutes. Simply here what is necessary for the body and what should be excreted is segregated with the help of the glomerular capillaries, which is the initial step toward the urine formation. And this transport of the fluid or the solute present in the blood towards the glomerulus is assisted because of the progressive branches of the renal artery and especially the afferent arteriole. Now the distal end of the capillaries of the glomerulus will coalesce or join to form the afferent arteriole, which leads to the formation of a second capillary network, the vertebral capillaries that surrounds the renal tubules. Simply the afferent arteriole that forms because of the combination of the distal end of the capillaries present in the glomerulus will lead to the formation of a secondary capillary network and takes the blood away from the glomerulus. The second capillary network is also known as the vertebral capillaries, are specially supplied with the help of the afferent arteriole that will travel along with the different nephrons present and allowing the reabsorption and secretion between the blood and the nephron. Simply it is helping in the absorption of the substance that is necessary and the removal of the unnecessary substances from the blood. Now, these vertebral capillaries or the second capillary network will empty into the vessels of the venous system, which will run parallel to the arteriole vessel and progressively forms the interlobular vein, arcuate vein, interlobar vein, renal vein, and which will leave the kidney again through the ileum. Now, simply the vertebral capillaries will assist the emptying of the vessel by moving into the venous system. This is assisted because of the formation of the different progressive branches like the interlobular vein, arcuate vein, interlobar vein, renal vein, which will again leave the kidney through the ileum, from which the different interlobar arteries, arcuate artery, interlobar arteries enters. So here as you can see, I will try to formulate the whole renal blood supply in the flowchart form. So first of all, the renal artery, that is the branch of the aorta, will divide into the segmental artery, then to the different progressive branches like the interlobar artery, arcuate artery, cortical radiate artery, which will forms the afferent arteriole, which will assist the passing of the blood through the glomerulus or the tuft of the glomerular capillaries. Now, with the help of the afferent arteriole, the blood is taken away from the glomerulus or the capillaries and will help to form a second vertebral capillary network, which will again form a progressive network of the different veins, that is cortical radiate vein, arcuate vein, interlobar vein, and renal vein, which will finally empties into the venous system, or you can say the inferior vena cava. So simply the passage of the blood in these different progressive branches of the different artery or the veins will help in the reabsorption or the absorption of the different useful substance along with the removal of the unnecessary one. That's all for this video. We will continue the rest of the topics in the upcoming videos. I hope you like it. So please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel Vet It's You. Thanks for the watching, an initiative by Ankit Kaushik.